Welcome back to Joyfully at Home. Today we're going to make an easy summer treat. If you're really in the mood for a cookie, but you really don't want to turn on the oven because it's been so hot and humid, this is going to be a perfect treat. It is Reese's peanut butter no-bake cookies. And there's no turning any oven on. The only thing you need to use is the microwave to melt a few ingredients together, and then you just drop them onto parchment or a very lightly greased cookie sheet. Easy peasy. You're going to find a real quick, easy summer cookie to make without battling the heat. So to start off with our Reese's peanut butter no bakes, you're going to put 1.25 cups of peanut butter in a bowl that you can use in the microwave, any kind of glass bowl. Even if you like to use plastic, that's fine too. Just a microwave safe bowl. So it's 1.25 cups of peanut butter. I'm using creamy here. You can use chunky if you like. Just gives the cookie a little extra texture. It's completely up to you. Then we add 3/4 cup of sugar, and then 1 cup of corn syrup. As with any no bakes, they all pretty much use a corn syrup. So this is how they maintain their shape when they're all said and done. But we go ahead and we will get all of our corn syrup in here with our peanut butter and our sugar. And if you've ever had no bakes before, they do tend to be a little bit on the sweet side. But with these other ingredients that we'll have in here, it will tame that down just a bit. So it's 1 cup of corn syrup, 3/4 cup of sugar, and your 1.25 cups of peanut butter. Now what we do with this is we take this, put it in the microwave, get it all melted together. So our peanut butter, sugar, and corn syrup will become like a nice cohesive melted mix. And then that's when we'll go on to our next step. So this is after a minute in the microwave. You're going to see that your peanut butter and your corn syrup is starting to come together. You just stir it up. And then you're going to probably need about another 30 seconds or so to get all this really melted together well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And when it's ready, it will be a nice melted mixture of peanut butter and sugars. So now you can see that your peanut butter and your sugars and your corn syrup has become completely melty. It's got a nice texture, all completely incorporated together. So there we are. We've got a wonderful, and it is pretty warm. It's not super hot at this stage, so it's not like it's molten or anything like that, but it's warm enough that it's melted our sugar and everything is incorporated really well. So now we just take this, and as simple as it is, we have our next bowl has 4 cups of Rice Krispies in it. Just plain old Rice Krispies right in here. And we'll take our melted peanut butter and sugar mixture and just pour it over our Rice Krispies. Almost as if you're making Rice Krispie treats, only with lots of peanut butter. And then I'll just stir that together. And I tend to like this type of a no-bake cookie a little bit better because the crunch of the Rice Krispies is what really makes this cookie, rather than some no-bakes are made with oatmeal, and that tends to give them more of a chewier kind of a texture rather than a crisp and kind of a little crunch to them. That's what makes these so wonderful. Again, super simple, super easy. You don't have to turn any ovens on if you don't want to in this super high heat and humidity. I know out here where we are, we're starting into another little mini heat wave. Around here when it goes above 90, it's a heat wave. I know other parts of the country deal with that all the time, but that's a little warm for us here. So we're trying to figure out ways to not have things heat up around here. So this is, at this stage, just let it sit for a couple minutes. You can feel, if you still feel a little heat to your hand, you want to wait a couple seconds. Don't wait too long, but just so it's just cool enough that we can add our next ingredients, which we should be good to do now. I'm not feeling too much heat coming off of it. You want to make sure it's cool enough that you can touch without actually having it be hot to the touch, just barely warm. So now we'll go ahead and we'll put in a nice heaping third of a cup of chocolate chips. And this is 5 of your snack size Reese's peanut butter cups, all chopped up. We'll throw them right in there, and then we'll mix those in there also. Mix everybody in. Some will melt a little bit, and that's okay. It's not a problem. You just don't want to have your mixture too hot so they melt completely down. You want to have a few chunks left. So now that you have your candies and your Rice Krispie mixture all done, just scoop it out by spoonsful onto a piece of parchment, or like I say, you can actually use a lightly sprayed cookie sheet. If you want to flatten them down a little bit, you can, but you can just scoop them out. And this will make about anywhere from 16 to 24 cookies, depending on how big your scoop is. Again, this is a wonderful thing about a no-bake cookie. It doesn't have to be exact. It gives you a little bit of leeway where you're not have to be super precise. And there's many cookies you have to be very, very precise at. This is not one of them. This is just one of those wonderful, fun, summer, easy cookies that you don't have to really worry about being super precise with. You just scoop them out onto your parchment and let them completely cool, and then you can enjoy them.